here today. We are joined by the 4x1500 Championship of America winners, Villanova Wildcats, with a winning time of 17:35:48. They were started by Kelsey Markey with a time of 4:29.3, Kaylee Salufa with a time of 4:24.2, Lauren Ryan with a time of 4:25.1, and Nicole Hutchinson with an anchor of 4:16.9. They had a come-from-behind effort for their 12th overall 4x15 championship and 4th in the last 5 years. And we'll open it up with Coach Gina Procaccio.
So it was interesting. I'm really, one thing I'm most proud of with my girls this year is that we really have a lot of depth. They all understand what Penn relays is all about, and sometimes you have those 2 or 3 studs, and obviously you can put them on all 3 and they'll get the job done. But this year I really wanted to only have to run everyone on 2, someone 1, someone 2. So I thought, this could be a group that could get it done. I was a little nervous there during the 3rd leg, but I had confidence in these 4, and so I'm really proud that we could get it done.
You mentioned that everybody knows what the Penn relay is all about. Did you educate Lauren at some point last week about?
Was that yours? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I don't think I said much. I was leaving that up to her teammates. I figured they would say that. You can say too much and freak them out, so I kind of have more of a laid back approach, figuring that her teammates will explain to her what it's about.
I mean, I knew coming into the race what we wanted to do. Our outcome obviously was we wanted to win. I thought my best bet was to go out and put myself in a good position, but I didn't want to go out too hard and blow up. I mean, putting myself where I did was the right decision. I mean, I think I paced it well, and I came around and I had a good kick at the end, so I wanted to make sure that I had enough at the end. So when I handed off, I put Hutch in the best position I could.
What did your teammates tell you about running at Penn?
I mean, from what I've heard from past Australians that have been here and from my teammates, that it's one of the best atmospheres to run at. I mean, running out there today, it was a crowd that I've never run with before. It was amazing. Everyone was behind us for it. So getting the job done as a team, I think, was a really special moment. I think it was a great start of my freshman year. Yeah, I was definitely nervous. I mean, there was pressure for me to run well. I mean, I was actually sick last week, so I was happy to come out and get the job done with the team. So.
Yeah, I was super excited. I mean, watching them all run with so much heart and watching Lauren kick it in to get me as close as she could. I just knew kind of I was going to work my way up within the first lap, and then I felt confident that I could get it done. Just that's what Penn Relays is all about after watching them all run as hard as they could.
So many of you on these distance relays a lot like 4 separate races in one tactical keeping these relays. What is your personal philosophy about an event like 4x15? And what do you tell your athletes?
I pretty much told them all, you don't have to be a hero. All you have to do is put the anchor in the race, and she'll get it done. I was confident that we had an anchor who could beat anybody, that she was even with, and so their job was just put her in the race. You got to just put her in the race, and she'll get it done. And, you don't have to try and blow it open and risk going out too hard, blowing up, and then losing the lead. And that's basically nobody has to be a hero.
One quick follow-up. The athletes you bring to Penn are always well prepared, very sharp. It causes some to speculate that the focus on this event was in April might not necessarily be all that helpful for How would you respond?
It's funny because we get criticized because we win. I've been putting my athletes in the Penn. I mean, I've been coaching at Villanova for 24 years, and my athletes have always run in the Penn relays, and we've been on the podium at national champions, and I've also coached national champions in June as well. because we do so well, I think people think we're peaking for it or resting for it, and the reality is that we're not. The way I look at it is nobody is peaking at this time of the year, but my girls are going to get it done on heart and guts. That's how I look at it, and they're trained. This is just, I look at this as maybe the start of championship season. I tell them we're throwing away splits. This is where you learn to compete tough and compete hard and maybe compete a little bit on tired legs. So it's not something, it's something that we're good at. We don't have to travel for this meet. It's home. We got a lot of support. It means a lot. When it means that much to them, they're just going to find it in their heart to get it done. You don't have to rest and get them sharp and peak them for it, because nobody else that you're racing is rested and sharp and peak. So it really just comes down to who has the most heart and guts. And I believe this is our arena, and that's what we have, and that's enough to carry us through.
Kelsey, this is your first Penn race since 2015. Did it feel the same? What emotions were going through you as you got ready to start the race?
Yeah, it was the same and a little bit different, just running with different teammates. But the atmosphere is always amazing. And I'm tremendously thankful I haven't been able to compete here in a while. So that's just what I was thinking about when I was stepping up to the line, is really counting my blessings and savoring the moment, because wearing a Villanova state like Penn Relays is the greatest honor. So I was very privileged to represent my team today and try to put them in a good position.
Same sense of butterflies going into the race?
Same, yep, hard to eat before. So yeah, just nauseous, but it's just so good. There's nothing like this, and you only get so many opportunities. So I'm so thankful I had another chance to race here. Yeah, so I'm very happy.
I mean, I felt really good about how everybody performed today. I think we were all, in practice, we kind of go through, talk about tactics and just, getting out there and not really thinking when you race, just kind of getting in, the zone and just kind of knocking away lap by lap and getting it done. I'm confident in everybody here. I think everybody did a great job today, and I don't really think, we needed tactics, but again, it's just hard. So everybody went out there and raced with as much as they had today, and that happened to get the job done. So.
Any other questions? All right, thanks for being here.
Event 452, high school boys, 4x4, South Jersey Small School Division. Cinnaminson, Overbrook, Clayton, Willingboro, Sterling, Woodbury, Arthur P. Shalleck, Bishop Eustace Prep, Camden Catholic, Deptford, Hallsboro, Haddonfield Memorial, Hall VI, Salem, Camden, Woodstown, Delsey Regional, and Audubon. Hall VI is out there. They're also vying for the lead. Is Haddonfield Memorial. Haddonfield Memorial is Hall VI. Deptford is also up there for third. Willingboro rounds out to top four. Haddonfield, $49.99 on the leadoff leg. Five teams running very closely up front together. Haddonfield, Hall VI, Willingboro, Deptford and Camden. Very tightly contested race as we come up on the halfway mark. Deptford, Hall VI, Haddonfield, Willingboro.
Right here.
The event record goes way back to 1999, Camden. Familiar audience like Dwight Ruff ran 3:16.90 for Camden back in 1999.
First year running, ever.
Oh, he did run? He did run?
He right there.
Oh, shit.
There you go. He is. He ran a 52. He runs a 52
trying to hold on to first. Haddonfield also in the mix. Camden
Now with a pistol.
Come on, keep it up.
Willingboro.
Right on Denver's hip. Camden in third. Good third leg by Willingboro. Deptford 50-22. Willingboro 49-78. Camden 49-70. Those three teams separated by only a second as they got the baton. Deptford got away cleanly as Jones Juniors had a 5-second lead, but here comes Camden. Camden in the purple, starting to close.
And they are little
This
kids.
is Shane Slack of Camden. For a second back.
Come on, Dave!
They're trying to respond. Paul Six with a good anchor is going to get off the board. Shane Slack brings Camden.
Alrighty. This is thank you. Hey everybody. Team USA TF is back here. Thank you for joining us here with Justin Gatlin, part of the winning men's 4x1 USA versus the World competition presented by Nike. Justin ran the second leg of the 38.39 winning time. USA went 1-2. The quartet was made up of LaShawn Collins, of course Justin, Tevin Hester, and Justin Walker. And with that, I'm just going to go ahead and open it up for questions.
Just can you describe the electricity of that atmosphere and just what goes through you when that guy goes off?
You know, I've been obviously to the Penn Relays so many times, and it never fails electricity here. You know, when you think it's going to be just a championship year, it's going to be, you know, stadium's going to be full of people, even the top deck, or even just an off year where it's not a championship year, it still has that same electricity no matter how many people in the stands. So right before we get out there, you know, you feel calm, and when the announcer comes on saying that we're about to go on television, like the crowd just gets crazy. You hear Team Jamaica, you hear Team USA, it's love all around the stadium for everybody.
You know, when you handed the baton off, you pointed forward like, you know, go get him, you know, just what was going through your body right then? You got the successful baton off, you know, the pass was a good one, and it was just like, whoa, there you go. You know?
I'm just proud of my team. You know, they're young guys. A couple of them their first year out as a professional, and to watch them be able to come around that track like veterans, not be nervous, not be antsy, you know, leave on the mark, and be able to put the hand back. You know, in the past we've had a lot of bobbles, a lot of exchanges, and baton drops. Those guys went out there and handled business like true Americans should on a relay.
Everyone criticizes the American men for baton handoffs every year, but it seemed like execution was about as dialed in as you can have it.
You know, I pointed out to one of the coaches, Wallace Spearman, actually, and I told him, I said, you know, the difference between the last couple of years and this year is that, you know, last couple of years you may have like a couple of rookies that are sprinkled in the crowd of veterans. This year it's just dominated by rookies and young athletes, and they come together and they build off each other and they have that confidence together. You know, so they went out there and handled business like they're going to do in any other relay. Just go out there, believe in each other, and go forward. So I'm just happy to be able to witness, you know, changing the guards and these guys having confidence to get the job done.
Do you have looking at kind of a different role in your career now? I mean, it's sort of a changing guard, but you're still there. So are you, you know, is it a dual type role for you now?
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is I never looked at myself as a leader, you know, more of like just trying to go out there and run with my team and be a teammate, to be accountable. But now it seems like more of, I can see in some of the guys' eyes, they look to me as a leader, being able to give them experience and, you know, give them tips going forward. I'm happy to do so. You know, that's what track and field is all about. It's just going out there and, you know, if I'm not there, someone else is going to be there. So I want to be able to say I help, you know, contribute to the next guy or the next female to be the great one and be able to say, okay, this is where it's going to go. And, you know, be proud to be American.
Sir, in the back.
And Wallace, Robert Page, it's all about sports. You and Wallace, you guys are about 13, 14 years older than the guys that are running on the team right now. How easy was it or how hard was it for them to pick up from you guys to know what it takes to run in a meet like this?
You know, one thing I've noticed that, you know, in the past, you have so many athletes that kind of have that swag and that cockiness, and like, I built myself. I'm here. I've got here all by myself. But you don't feel that from none of these young athletes. They want to be able to learn from the older athletes. They want to be able to learn, okay, how can I be a great professional runner? And they take it, and you immediately see them translate it to the track. So it makes us, as the older athletes, want to be able to get more to them. Because, when it's our time, we're done, I want to be able to say, hey, you got it, you did a great job learning, go out there and just take all the gold medals you can get.
Right, so with that being said, so now, we've been having a hard time with Jamaicans the last few years, and now you've came along with these here young guys. It looks like we may be back for the next Olympics coming up, huh?
Well, when it comes to Jamaican side, Usain has left a big void, not just on the Jamaican side, but, as in track and field world a whole, but you got to look at what he has done for his country as well, and other smaller countries as well. He's given them hope to be able to say, okay, it doesn't matter where I come from or the resources that I lack. I can still be a champion. I can still work hard and be on the stage. And I think that watching younger athletes here that in other countries that are here that have never been here before, it's kind of sparked the flame of like that inspiration. And we went through that. Team USA kind of took a couple of years to get back, going. Now you see the hunger in Team USA, and they're ready to get out there and do their job. So it's always just kind of like a domino effect. Team Jamaica's going to come together and they're going to do their job. You can never count them out. And now you see Team China, Team Canada, all these other teams who are stepping up and having confidence in themselves and having pride for their country.
Yes,
now that you are the top sprinter in the world, and we're grateful for that, how do you handle the youngsters coming in? And they're going to come at you. It's part of the game. How do you mentor and at the same time maintain your I still want to be until I retire from this the man?
It's difficult because I think my nature is to be able to help. So for example, watching Christian Coleman do his thing at University of Tennessee, which is my alma mater, watch him break all my records, coming up and then turning pro and running so well and breaking world records, and still be able to talk to him, knowing that he's going to be one of my top, opponents. It's love, because I don't want to be able to go and have a grudge match with any of the opponents that I have, because I know how hard you have to work to be able to be a professional athlete. And then you never want to take that away from anybody, because there's a small percentage of us that's going to be at the top. And you want to show love to each other. So it's just all having fun, man. You go out there and be the best man win that day.
And keep doing what you do.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Do you even contemplate what's ahead? Or are you going at this point year by year, 2019 and 2020, or there's no reason for you to right now even think about retirement or stepping away, is it?
Yeah, it's a scary thing to think about, retirement, because as an athlete, it feels like a part of you is going to die, because you'll never be able to run again at the level that you ran at. You've worked since a youth to be at this point, to be at the top of the mountain, winning medals for your country, and then one day it's just going to be gone. It's going to stop. So I look towards people who have been my inner circle, who have been my support, be it far away, distance, or close up to me, to be able to help, bring a bridge and be able to give me inspiration. What's the next step for me? I love it.
Could you imagine that it's lasted this long and it's still going on when you first started out? Or?
No. Because I take each year and I try to reinvent myself each year. I'm the kind of guy that's going to be able to be happy with being, I'm sorry to say, happy to be, content. I'm happy just being where I am and living how I'm living and just enjoying life. So each year I got to be able to sit down and say, all right, how can I be a better Justin? So then I go out there, I work on tweaking my technique, I work on having a great start, I work on having top end speed, I work on helping my teammates to get better so they're able to push me. These are all things that I kind of just trying to figure out how to be able to push myself each year to get better, stronger, faster, but also wiser.
And Willie Gall was out here yesterday running at like 55 or whatever. Maybe there's no end for you.
I got an invite today. I actually did an interview with USA Track and Field Masters, and they asked me when I'm going to come over. When I'm going to come over, I was like, man, right now I don't want to see the likes of Willie Gall, man. But if I did, I wouldn't mind doing hurdles again. I love hurdles. I love watching hurdles. That's where actually my start came from in track and field. I was a hurdler. So to be able to go back to hurdles at some point, we'll see what happens. It'll be fun to do.
Is there a drive in you to go out on top, sort of like the way Zane did, went out on top, and then he can walk away, or do you have enough in your career already on your bucket list that you can just enjoy it and just take this as it goes, and then you'll know the day when you're ready to walk away?
No, I don't think a champion is built like that. Somebody who has that champion mentality in them, they never want to be able just to fade into the abyss or get fifth and be comfortable with that, or just be able to relay and not be in an individual race when it comes to championships. I want to be able to go out on top. So I want to be able to say, okay, 2020, I'm lined up at the starting line for the 100-meter finals, and I want to be able, when the gun goes off, be able to be in front and be able to cross that line and hopefully make history and be able to go out on top, leave my spikes right there on the track.
And Justin, what's next up for you? Where can we watch you next?
You guys can catch me at Shanghai. It's going to be, from what I heard, a hot race. It's going to be me, DeGrasse, Coleman, Su from China. So it's going to be probably the fastest race of the season so far. And then from there, I'll be in Osaka, Japan a week later. And from there, I'll see where I go.
Sounds like the 2019 World Championship.
It sounds like it, right? Yeah. So I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, the last couple of years, a lot of athletes been, racing here, and you'll find a couple athletes racing there. These young guys, they're ready to go head to head. So you got to be ready, you got to be prepared.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I welcome you to our annual USA versus the World press conference at Franklin Field and the University of Pennsylvania. I'm Dave Johnson, the Penn Relays Director, and I want to thank you all for being here, welcoming people from USA Track and Field, 4 magnificent athletes. And this, of course, is the 19th running of the USA versus the World Series. This is truly the brainchild of both USA TNF and Nike. Really concocted by Craig Masbach when he was the executive director of USA Track and Field, the CEO, and by John Capriati of Nike. And so I would like to turn this over to Ashley Mitchell from USA TNF. She'll lead the interviews. And again, thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you to everybody at the University of Pennsylvania for just a wonderful event so far. We're very much looking forward to tomorrow. As Dave said, my name is Ashley Mitchell, Manager of Marketing and Communications here at USATF. And today I'm very excited to introduce you guys to some fantastic athletes that are in our relay pool for tomorrow's USA versus the World. They will be competing against athletes from Jamaica, Bahamas, Canada, Guyana, Haiti, and Trinidad and Tobago. So we're very excited to go ahead and preview tomorrow's competition. So I'm going to go ahead and start immediately to my right and then just move on down. If you are interested in any one-on-one interviews, time is limited, but we will try and accommodate those if you would like them. But please go ahead and ask all of your questions now just to be on the safe side. So, gentleman right next to me really needs no introduction. It's Justin Gatlin. Of course, Olympic medalist, world champion, and this is also his 11th or 12th time at Penn as a professional.
As a professional.
Yes. Next to Justin, we have Raven Rogers. This is her debut, or excuse me, her first full-time season as a professional after having turned pro last year. We also have Michael Cherry, who is a 2018 and 2017 World Championships silver medalist in the 4x4. He's a graduating senior from LSU. And go back to Raven for a second. My apologies. She's the 2018 World Champion in the 4x4 relay, so she's coming off of a really great year already. And then we round things out with Aaliyah Brown, who last year at London was part of the gold medal winning team in the 4x1. So Thank you all for joining us today. And just to start, we can just go down the line, starting with you, Justin, really as the veteran and leading the Team USA TF contingent. What does it mean to you to be at Penn Relays again and representing the U.S.?
It's always exciting. This is a tradition for me. I've always enjoyed running at Penn Relays. I was explaining to someone earlier that you got to think of Penn Relays kind of like the All-Star of NBA or the Pro Bowl of the NFL. This is a time you can see every athlete, and teams from around the world be able to compete against each other, not under strict pressure, but just having fun together, and then their countrymen are here to cheer them on in the stadium. So it's a fun time to be here, and all these young athletes who have a great future ahead of them, they're out here stretching their legs every day.
Raven, your thoughts on Penn Relays?
I would say Penn Relays is always a great experience coming from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. Just being around this culture, venturing off from my experiences with Oregon, and then coming here as a professional, it just shows the growth that the fans that were there last year and my previous years are able to see with my new debut as a professional. So I'm excited.
And for me, I really enjoyed Penn Relays. Like I told some people earlier, I was here 5 years ago as a high schooler, and I was trying to find ways to sneak on the infield to see the pros, and now it's my turn to be the pros, and the high schools look at me the same way I looked at them, so I'm excited. It's my favorite meet.
Same goes for me. I remember back in high school, I also competed in Penn Relays, the USA versus the world. With high school, we did pretty good, and then as well as coming as an Aggie and being part of the 4x1, and we actually came here and won. So now being a professional athlete and wearing USA across my chest, that's definitely a great feeling. Just like Justin said, you see the other countries and what kind of people they're bringing out to Penn Relays, and to come out here and try to be dominant is definitely going to be a great experience.
I'd like to go ahead and open it up to any questions. Dave in front.
I've got a question for all four of you. I'd like to start with Justin, move on down. Given the fact that this is a non-championship year, no global outdoor championship, I'd like you to reflect upon and tell us what inspires you this year and what your plans and goals are for 2018.
As much as I love championship years because you get to win medals and have fun, but a non-championship year is just as important because it gives you time to be able to reflect and go back to when track and running track was fun, free. It wasn't really about the stigmas of like having to be able to earn medals and bonuses and the business part of track and field. This is where the grassroots is. So we're out here running just like those kids are out there running right now. We're having fun with it. So for me, it was exciting to get into 2018 and just have fun with it, be able to run with some of the teammates I've never ran before. It's my first time being able to be around these guys and really enjoy myself. I watched them indoors, cheered for them, so now I'm excited to be able to go out here and really enjoy with them.
A non-championship year, since I can finally say that as a professional. I would more so say this is an important year for laying down the foundation for the Olympics and further on for the rest of my career. So I really want to focus on learning as well as fixing and adapting a solid routine so that I could have a beneficial and long-lasting career. So I would say that this is the beginning. This is the important part.
And for me, it was a little different. Basically, I ran indoors, so I wanted to kind of like make sure I get my name out there and have a strong indoor season. That was the only team that it was this year. So after I made the indoor team, I wanted to kind of like build it towards outdoor and just get my name more known in the circuit and just everywhere out here, so people can know me leading on to 2019 and 2020 and far on.
I would say this 2018 is a mixture of laying down my foundation this year as a professional athlete coming off of being in college and now being a professional athlete, as well as getting my name out there for 2019 and 2020 and really marketing myself so the world can kind of see me, Aaliyah Brown, for who I am as an athlete as well as who I am as a person. Because track and field, we all know we're all fast, but what makes me different from all these different people? So I think my foundation is what I am working on for 2018, because I switched coaches and everything like that. So, and as well as marketing myself and getting my name out there.
Justin, I remember your days when you were here for Tennessee. What do you remember about those days, and what was your first experiences at Penn Relays like, and how has it changed over the 16, 18 years you've been here?
I heard you chuckle because it was so long ago when I was here when I ran for Tennessee. My experience has always been what track and field should be. You know, track and field shouldn't just be a track meet, it should be a festival. People gather here with their families, you know what I'm saying? Masters athletes are here as well, grassroots athletes are all together. Track and field is a community, and I think that it should be celebrated in that manner around the world, to be able to show that, you know, it's the epitome of fitness, you know, it's being healthy. So I think a lot more meet should be just like how Penn Relays is and USA versus the world is exciting.
And Paulo, how's your form been recently?
Actually been really good. You know, I've been really excited working with a new group of athletes. Actually, one of my training partners, LaShawn Merritt. So I'm getting a lot of more speed endurance in, and it's been fun to be able to, and challenging to be able to run with different athletes, not only just in America but around the world.
Go back to Aaliyah for a moment, and go back to World Championships last year, and just what that was like for you as a nearly professional athlete winning gold, and what confidence does it give you coming into the 2018 season?
It definitely gives me a lot of confidence, as well as I was first leg. So first leg, which means you come out the blocks, you have to be focused, you have to tune out everything that's going around you. So it definitely gave me a lot of confidence to be able to hand the baton off to one of the finest sprinters in the world, Allison Felix. That was definitely great, and to have that chemistry, and also just keep having that chemistry from coming off of Mount Sac and also running a fast time, being one of the fastest USA teams there. So it definitely gives me a lot of confidence coming into this 2018 season. And also trying to show like different stripes that I can not only just run first leg, but I can also run front leg. So definitely give me different confidence to kind of put myself on.
Raven, a question for you, since you're going to be graduating from Oregon pretty soon, and you're actually going to be moving out to Philly, correct? Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, I'm excited. I've been here. I came in December, came in March, and I've learned that Philadelphia's weather is very unpredictable. But needless to say, my experiences here, I'm enjoying just learning about the culture. I'm an art major, so the arts here is amazing. That's really, I see the beauty as far as the arts and the tradition and architecture. I sound like an art nerd. But just coming here, I'm really excited to embark on a new journey and be able to spread my name along the East Coast, because, you know, I'm branched in the South, and you know, I went to Oregon and the West Coast, and now I really want to form a bond with the community on the East Coast, so I'm excited.
Raven, Oregon's women had like one of the great Penn relays of all time last year. You were part of 2 meet record relays. What do you recall about that, and how was that kind of help you? I know Oregon had a long season last year, but how did that help you, like, as a springboard to where you're standing now?
I would more so say when it comes to setting those meet records and having those great experiences like we did at Penn Relays, it's always fun, the bond that we have and the ambition and the goals that we're trying to set, doing something that we love. So that's what's been helping me as far as embarking on my new journey, is remembering to continue to love what I do and continue to stay ambitious and try to set new goals and achieve new things, but by doing what I love, not forcing it. So.
And now that you're in Philly, I got to ask you if you had a cheesesteak.
I had a cheesesteak. I typed in food on my maps on my phone and it pulled up Cleaver's, but I'm sure that's not the best place for cheesesteaks. So I'm gonna try some other cheesesteaks, and we'll see how that goes.
Thanks for indulging that. And for Aaliyah and Michael, which high schools did you guys attend?
I went to Oscar Smith High School in Virginia.
I went to Lakeway East in Frankfort, Illinois.
Michael, I'm curious, when you said you tried to get into the infield, as a high schooler, who were you trying to see?
I actually got a picture of my phone when I chased down Manny Mitchell. I ran down Tony McQuay. LaShawn Merritt actually helped me get into the infield by giving me a jacket. So, yeah, I was really just trying to see every single pro. I think I took a picture with Gatlin too. Matter of fact, it was about 5-6 years ago. So, just like I said earlier, just me coming back and seeing all the pros and being on the same team, it's amazing. So, this is a great experience for me.
Michael, you had mentioned India track before. Have you run up that ocean breeze where they're going to have the championships the next couple of years?
No, I haven't yet. Not yet.
And for Michael, have you run in the USA World Series ever?
You said here?
At Penn?
Oh no, this is my first season being a pro.
Have any of your teammates told you about how the stands get here with USA chants and Jamaican?
Yeah, I actually seen it. Like I said, so I was in here in high school, and I seen like the Jamaicans squeezing the horns, yelling, and it's like Jamaica versus America, Jamaica versus America. They go back and forth. So I know the experience is crazy. And I had a teammate on my team last year that was actually with Jamaica, and he anchored the relay last year, so he told me about it. And I seen it every year I come, but I'm gonna have fun this year. Actually being decided.
And Justin, one more question for you. Do you have a favorite USA versus the World experience?
Oh man, it's like picking your favorite child. You can't do that. I really don't. I mean, because it's just, you have to experience it, because each year is new faces, new teammates, so you really can't measure one against the other. You know, all I know is that I love running the backstretch on the 4x1. I always see the familiar faces in the crowd. It seems like always a dream, coming back here, seeing the same faces in the crowd. The crowd giving you hype to the backstretch, getting ready to run, heart beating fast. So those are the memories that I have of being here. Just here, like you said, hearing Jamaica cheering, and then hearing USA cheering. So it's so much love here and so much competition. You can't help but want to come back in.
Any final questions? Anything you guys wanted to add that we didn't ask you guys?
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. Appreciate it.
7 feet 1 inch. 7 feet 1 inch. Ooh. Ooh.